Groundbreaking scientific research from Korea has revealed that the big pharma global elite nexus has an even tighter grip on the human race than previously thought. The research out of Korea has revealed that bodies of vaccinated people contain billions of mRNA vaccine nanorobots that can be switched on and off to control a host of bodily functions, including the chemicals that control emotions, sex drive, and appetite. According to Korean scientists, the mRNA nanotechnology appears to even have the capacity to switch off maternal instincts and even program death for the vaccinated host. Before we dive in, join the People's Voice Locals community if you haven't already, and sign up to become a member of the world's first ever cyber nation that truly believes in life, liberty, and the pursuit of your dreams. Visit joseon.com and click the Join Us button today. It's completely free. It sounds like a plot from a science fiction horror film. An evil overlord injecting humans with nanoparticles that form a microscopic army, taking over minds and bodies, all controlled remotely by hidden smart devices. Now that's a terrifying scenario, but thankfully, it's just a movie plot. Or is it? Leading Korean scientists have made a shocking discovery. Through extensive lab research, they found that Moderna and Pfizer mRNA COVID vaccine vials contain millions of magnetic graphene nanoparticles. These particles can self-assemble into white fibrous clots. Some of these clots grow up to 3 feet long, and they move like snakes.
This is the iliac artery. And there's clot coming out of the iliac. Normally we don't see clots in the iliac, in an artery. Usually they're in veins. And I'm probably not going to be able to get it all. This is not normal.
If you're skeptical about whether nanoparticles can be controlled electronically, think again. Researchers at MIT have already demonstrated this with 3 different electronic devices. These devices use multiple steps to achieve superconductivity, allowing electricity to flow without resistance through a unique mechanism. Their findings, published in the May issue of Nature Nanotechnology, reveal that a specific magic-angled graphene is among the most versatile superconducting materials. This special angle is made up of a single layer of carbon atoms arranged in hexagons. Research into this type of nanoparticle began back in 2004 and has advanced to the point where it can now conduct both heat and electricity. This takes us back to the COVID-19 mRNA vaccine nanotech, and all the strange fibrous clots embalmers across the globe are finding in COVID-vaccinated corpses that died from sudden and unexplained causes, including heart failure, strokes, and autoimmune blistering disease. Korean scientists found that mRNA vaccine vials belonging to Moderna and Pfizer contain these self-assembling nanoparticles. Using long-range and large volume switches that manipulate magnetic fields, researchers at South Korea's Institute for Basic Science have proven that scientists can use nano-mind technology to control the appetite, maternal instincts, and emotions of mice remotely. Is it just another coincidence? Vaccines, according to the mainstream media, are the world's leading cause of coincidences. Well, the scientists didn't think so. This means entire populations of vax people can be controlled remotely without the need for invasive brain surgery. If you're not impressed yet, realize now that scientists connected to big pharma giant Moderna have been boasting behind closed doors about this nanotechnology for at least 10 years. Let's take a look at a 2013 presentation delivered by Israeli scientist Dr. Ido Bachelet from Bar Ilan University, boasting about the development of programmable nanorobots thanks to the funding of Pfizer. This is not science fiction.
So these nanobots have been envisioned in the past 30 years by people like Eric Drexler and Robert Freitas and Ray Kurzweil. Today I'm going to show you that these robots exist here in Israel. And I'll show you this syringe, which I brought from my lab. So this syringe has inside it 1,000 billion robots. So these robots are each 50 nanometers long, which as you can see in this slide under the microscope. 50 nanometers is about 2,000 times thinner than the thickness of your hair. Okay, and these robots were born actually 3 years ago in a research I did with Sean Douglas, now a UCSF professor. But over the past year and a half, in my group at Bar Ilan University, we've been developing and testing robots for a variety of medical and therapeutic tasks.
Let that sink in for a minute when thinking about the strange behaviour and weird things happening to COVID jab sheeple all over the world. Ask yourself, was the entire COVID pandemic the biggest of the biggest mind control psyops ever carried out in the history of humanity? Will mRNA-vaxxed humans agree to eat the bugs and lab-grown meat because they are surprised to find they are simply not very hungry? Could it be that billions of sheeple who received the COVID gene therapy injections might suddenly lose what's left of their minds? Perhaps when Trump wins in November, and start attacking each other like zombies? Or will the 5G towers around the globe send signals to the spike proteins injected into these people, causing them to clump together and form clots, leading to a mass die-off of humans just as Bill Gates predicted at an infamous TED conference 2 decades ago? The global elite's agenda has been hiding in plain sight for decades, giving us the chance to expose and dismantle their plans before they come to fruition.